Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kathi and this channel is all about building a soul-aligned business and living your most magical life with the power of mindset hacking. In today's video, I want to talk about one of my favorite topics, and no, it's not journaling, it's balancing your feminine and masculine energy. And if you follow me for a long time, you know that this is a concept I teach my clients in order to live a more balanced and fulfilled life, especially as a female entrepreneur. But this concept is really not only for girls or women that want to build their own online business. I feel like it's a concept that everyone should implement in their life and think about in their life in order to be less stressed, less overwhelmed, and more aligned with yourself and your soul. And I feel like there's a misconception. Most people just think that female and masculine energy is kind of a gender thing, but that's definitely not the case. Men have female energy and women have masculine energy. The thing is that as females, we naturally have more of our feminine energy in us, and that's just natural. But if we think about female entrepreneurs, and especially if you are driven and you want to succeed, you want to really have a high level of success, most likely you will tend to go more in your masculine energy. And I just want to explain what both of these energies actually mean, so you can really recognize with yourself in which energetic state you behave or act the most. And if you feel like there is a misalignment, or if you can notice a misalignment, that's actually something you should work on and focus on just to balance it out. And to be honest, I'm not really a fan of actually balancing both, because sometimes we need more feminine energy and sometimes we need more masculine energy, and that's completely fine. But I think it's the most important thing that we harmonize both energies in order to be fulfilled and achieve everything we want in life. So let's dive in the masculine energy first. You will recognize that you have a lot of masculine energy inside of you, especially if you are a driven entrepreneur and you have all of these ideas. You really are grinding all the time, and I don't mean grinding in a bad way. You're really driven, you're focused, and you hustle and you put on the action, you do and you produce and you create and stuff, and all of this is really the masculine part inside of you. And you can see that this is of course a really important thing in your business, because without the hustle, without the taking action, of course nothing will ever happen. And something I really want to stress about is, even though I tell you that you have to really tune into your feminine side more often, will never come across that you just have to be with the flow and go with the flow and everything will just come out to you automatically. That's really nothing I live by and nothing I believe in. You have to put in the work, so you have to really embrace your masculine energy as well. But you should just never forget to tune back in and come from a place of soul and come from a place of yourself and your purpose, and that's when the feminine energy comes back in place. You know, in our world, of course, the masculine energy is seen as like the stronger one, the better one, the more driven one, the high achieving one. So we feel like we have to be in this masculine energy all the time in order to achieve success, because the feminine energy in our society is not seen as the successful one, because tuning in, setting back, relaxing, going with the flow, the stereotype is just that it won't achieve anything if you just go with the flow. And of course you have to harmonize both energies, so you have to go with the flow, so you have to tune in, but you also have to really put in the work and act on everything your soul wants to express. So what is your feminine energy? I told you before, it's basically tuning in, connecting to your soul, connecting to your purpose, really checking in with yourself, meditating, journaling, also really thinking and reflecting your thoughts and thinking about your purpose in life, your feelings, coming from a place of feeling and exploring and really tuning in and allowing yourself to surrender sometimes, to let your intuition guide you, to connect to the universe. All of these things are really in your feminine energy. And you know that I lead my business from a really strong feminine perspective, because I feel like the universe really delivers us all of the answers and guides us, sends us signs and all of these things just so that we can really express our real purpose, and that's what actually fulfills us. And I feel like if we don't connect to this part, we will never be fulfilled, because at some point we will burn out. And that's why I strongly believe in focusing on the feminine part in your business especially. But of course, you have to put in the action and take the action. And I know that by now you already see why it's so important to harmonize both of these energies. You shouldn't focus too much on the masculine and you shouldn't focus too much on the feminine, because that's something I see a lot, that you have like almost like two groups of people or entrepreneurs. You have like the extreme focus on the spiritual side and you have the extreme focus on the masculine side. And of course, both is not like ideal. You have to harmonize in order to produce something that comes from the soul, but also puts in the action so that people actually notice you. Because if you don't put in the action, you won't show up. And that's, of course, something that is not leading to success. So I really recommend you to have a harmonized schedule. So really schedule your time, your energy, in order to really implement both parts of your energies. And something that I teach my clients is how you can really switch between both of these energies and really learn when you need which energy most. Because I feel like that's such an important part as an entrepreneur, because you have to sort of be guided by your intuition and by the flow, but you also want to produce results. And that's something, I mean, I say that all the time, but being an entrepreneur, building your own business is just the best form of self-development, personal development. And by learning in which energy you have to be in order to achieve a certain result, that's like mastering everything, mastering life. And that it starts with showing up for your audience. You have to connect to your soul and your feminine energy, because before you do stuff, before you take action, because only then you will actually produce action that comes from your soul and from your heart. And that's such an important key to really attract clients, to attract a new audience. And I feel like a lot of people just neglect that, because they feel like, okay, I just have to put in the action, I just have to be in my masculine in order to achieve and do. But actually it's so much more important that you go aligned with your soul's purpose, with your magic, in order to attract the right people. Because it doesn't matter, or it doesn't bring you anything if you attract people but they really don't connect to your soul and your purpose and the thing you actually want to make an impact on. And something that is really important, especially for us females, is that we recognize that if we stay too long in our masculine energy, we will feel unworthy, we will feel not good enough. Our self-image will really be depleted, because our natural essence is, of course, the feminine side. And if we don't really embrace that, and if we don't give ourselves the time to really connect to our feminine side, our body, our subconscious minds will just let us feel that there's something missing. And that goes with depressions, lack of energy, lack of motivation. You feel drained and down and lack creativity. All of these things might be an indicator that you don't spend enough time in your feminine energy. And that's just the universe telling you, hey girl, just chill out, go back to your soul, go back to the flow, in order to create something new that really comes from your soul, from a place of alignment, from a place of magic. So if you feel like that, really check in with yourself and see which energy gets more attention, or in which energy I am more at the time, and maybe there is a misalignment and there's something you put too much attention to. I mean, the same goes in the different direction. If you spend too much time in your feminine energy, you might feel unfulfilled, drained, unmotivated, unsuccessful, because you actually don't do anything in order to really attract success or get results, because you just are in the flow, which is good for a certain amount of time, but you need to find that balance between both of these energies, because too much of one energy is never good, and that goes for men and women. But as I said, like especially for us female entrepreneurs, I think the biggest struggle is really to step outside of this masculine energy and back into your feminine energy in order to just reconnect to your purpose, to your soul, to your why, all of these things, in order to come from a place of feeling. And especially if you have a target audience that are females that really connect and resonate from a place of feeling and energy. I mean, men do as well, but I feel like for us females it's even more important to really connect from a soul perspective. So it's so important, like it's crucial to master your own energy. If you want to attract women, and if you really want to connect and resonate with other women, you have to master your own energy first and come from a place of soul in order to really vibrate in a certain frequency in order to attract new people, and especially in order to attract the right people. And I can't stress it enough. I mean, I could talk about this topic for ages, and that's what I actually talk about in my one-on-one coachings a lot. And yeah, if you feel called and you want to work one-on-one on this topic, because I know it can be a game changer for yourself, for your audience, for the way you attract people, for your business. So if you want to work one-on-one, you can always message me. I can send you some information, but I will also leave the application form in the info box below, because spots are really limited. I have 2 spots available right now, but be quick about it, because I will choose 2 girls I want to work with in mastering the feminine and masculine energy. And if you feel called, then be quick about it. I would love to chat with you if you have any more questions. Other than that, I will leave the link in the info box. And yeah, I would love to really guide you along the journey, because I know how important it is. And leave me a comment below and tell me how you master your feminine and masculine energy, if you have ever even thought about mastering it, because I know it's something we don't naturally think about, but it's so important. So we will see each other next time. I can't wait to talk to you more about this topic. And if you love the channel, if you love the topic, please consider subscribing so you don't miss any video. And other than that, we will see each other soon. Step in your magic.